That's right. Today on the show, we're taking a look at Madden NFL 2004, ESPN NFL football, NFL Gameday 2004, PN 03 for the GameCube, and Voodoo Vince for the Xbox. Alright, first game we're going to talk about is Madden NFL 2004. We're going to focus on the PlayStation 2 version, but of course it's also available for Xbox, PC, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Intellivision, ColecoVision, and
the Telstar.
The Telstar, right. Okay, what did you think of Madden NFL 2004?
I didn't like the Odyssey 2 version.
The Odyssey 2 version of this
Graphics
game.
weren't as good.
No, they're not very good. What'd you think?
Well, I gotta say that this is by far, I gotta say this up front, this is by far the best football video game ever done in the history of video games.
I'll beat that, man.
How can you possibly beat
I think this is the best sports game ever made. I don't think there's been a better,
You did beat that.
more authoritative, more detailed, more refined sports game ever designed. This is fabulous stuff. EA has added a thing called Playmaker Control, which utilizes the right analog thumbstick. And this is what definitively will stop gamers from cheating and always pulling off that one play that gets them the touchdown every time. Now you can't do that anymore because when you're playing against an opponent who understands how to use the Playmaker Control, you can adjust things on the fly. You can move your defenders over right away. You can tell if they're going to do a passing play or a rushing play. Definitely an incredible addition to the gameplay this year.
Some of the in-between animations aren't as smooth as some of the other games. You'll go from like a running position kind of and just kind of jump to another shot. The Madden heads and faces have always been a little weird. They always kind of look like little plastic mannequins. But they still blink and they do that kind of thing. But some of the faces in the other games are done a lot better. You also had a comment about the sliding.
Yeah, it still has the slippery kind of control on the ground. You never get the sense that your cleats are connecting to the dirt and you're digging in, and you can make those, you know, on-the-fly jukes and spins
around. Ice
around.
skatey almost.
It's still a little bit skatey. It's always plagued the Madden series. I loved the online capabilities of this thing. I love all the tournaments that EA is setting up. Definitely an extra added bonus, gotta love feature of Madden 2004.
But I want to see Madden on the Xbox Live. No backroom, secret, sneaky deals with Sony. It's got to be for everybody. But the thing we got to talk about the most is the amazing owner's mode in this thing.
Right.
It's absolutely
very cool.
Unbelievable. Let me tell you something. Do you realize you can take a team, right?
Right.
And you can decide how much you're going to charge for hot dogs and sodas. I charged $700 for foam fingers at one point.
And your team had one season, actually one game.
$7,000 for parking.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I didn't have anyone show up at my stadium, but still.
Yeah. Madden NFL 2004, I think, is the best sports game ever made. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
I'm going to go with a 9.5.
On the positive side, this game features a much improved online experience on the PlayStation 2. The owner mode is a fantastic addition to the gameplay. And Playmaker Control means that you can stop the cheating. This is a fantastic new addition.
On the negative side, the players' faces don't look as good as the other football games out there. A lot of the players' animations and motion captures don't connect as well and blend as easily as in other football games. But finally, my biggest beef with Madden is that they didn't make it Xbox Live compatible.
All right, now that we've talked about Madden, which is the best football game out there, we're going to talk about some of the competitors that are available as well. This one's ESPN NFL football. It's from Sega.
Now, one of the most unique things that this game does that I don't know if any game's ever done before, and I've always kind of thought that this would be a cool idea to do, and they did it.
Yeah.
Helmet cam.
Yeah, right.
So if you wanted to play the quarterback and see it first-person perspective through his eyes, you can do this. Now, the major problem with this is that you nearly want to puke playing this game.
Well, watching it more. I mean, when you're playing, you can...
If you're watching someone play this game,
impossible.
You're pretty much vomiting all over the place. I mean,
you should put that as a little feature on the back.
I barfed on your couch. I puked on your rug. You know, it is great when you get hit and tackled,
Yes.
though. Yeah, I mean, your head goes crazy and a big flash. I mean, you really feel like you're on the field and getting tackled, which is great.
This is a fantastic playing football game. And actually, there's a lot of things that I enjoy more about playing this game than playing Madden. I really like the way that the players connect to the ground. I think the running game has always been better with Sega's game. You really do feel like your cleats are digging in and you can make those juke moves and you can do the stutter steps and you can get around defenders.
Now, tell me what you thought of the crib.
With the crib, what you're doing is basically you're collecting your rewards and you can keep track of the accomplishments because that's when you get the little extras that you can fill up in your crib there. I like that very much.
You should be able to pick up cheerleaders and then every time you bring one back to your crib,
right,
you can, like, you know, have a trophy for that. Well, I commend Sega and ESPN for having both consoles online. You can get online on Xbox, get online on the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
That's cool. Unlike other companies, EA, you know what I'm talking about.
It's definitely a contender. It's just not quite the polish and shine of Madden NFL 2004. What are you going to give ESPN football?
If Madden didn't exist,
Yeah.
this game would have got a higher score. But
Yes.
the fact that Madden's out there to compete with this and just does everything so amazing, I'm going to give this an 8.
Right. I'm going to give it a 9. I mean, this game's still got lots of gameplay. It's got a franchise mode. It's got the crib. It's got the first-person thing. It's got online play. It's the game to get on the Xbox, but it still doesn't beat the PlayStation 2 experience of Madden. On the positive side, this is a game that you can play online on both the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. The crib feature is kind of funky. It's a great way to show off all the rewards you've won. But the best part about this game is it's very tight gameplay. Action on the field feels exactly the way you want it to.
You know, on the negative side, there's nothing really specifically wrong with this game. It's just that a lot of this stuff isn't as in-depth as the Madden game. Oh yeah, and one other thing, although I love the concept of helmet cam, it makes me want to barf all over the place.
All right, there's one more football game that we've got to talk about. It's from Sony. It's PlayStation 2 exclusive. It's 989 Sports. NFL Gameday 2004. What'd you think of this one?
Now, the Gameday franchise took a huge dive back a couple of years ago.
Yeah, as soon as it hit the PlayStation 2.
On the PlayStation, as a matter of fact, they just stopped making the game. They brought it back now, and they've done a lot of improvements. I really like the animations of the players. Their shoulders move when they walk. You know, they strut around, they breathe, they blink. I freaking died when I saw one of the refs get hit by one of the players.
There are some severe problems in a bunch of different areas, but let's talk about the art first. There are moments of just this herky-jerky thing, like it's stuck in between trying to figure out what it's supposed to do next. I also didn't like the fact that they've gone to the trouble of creating these really detailed environments. There's players and people all over the sidelines, and then the play will happen right around the sideline, and there's no animation at all.
They're like mannequins.
It does have a very good online experience, so there's all kinds of ways to create tournaments. You can chat within little rooms within the online interface built into the game.
You know, I think they did a lot of things right.
Yep.
They did some things even better than the other football games out there. Yep. But overall, it just fell a little short. I think this is a franchise that over the next couple of years could get to greatness.
Starting to bring it back again, yeah.
Right.
Which is nice to see.
So hopefully they'll focus on the positives, get rid of the negative stuff.
Yep.
But overall, I'm going to give this game a 7.5.
I'm going to give it a 6. I think it was outclassed, but I do think that Gameday is on the rise again, and the competition will be a good thing.
On the positive side, the online play was done extremely well. The players' faces and animations and walks and motion captures are really well done. And there's nothing funnier than watching a ref fall down right on his bum. I nearly blew the cereal out my nose.
On the negative side, there's some problems with stuttering and slowdown in the animation. The characters along the sidelines aren't animated at all. And generally, overall, this game doesn't deliver the same kind of satisfaction that you can find from EA or Sega this year. Stick around, we're going to be right back with a new GameCube shooter called PN3.
New winner of the Stupid Name Award.